Barrett's Mandela effects, and this time I'm going to talk about another subject. I believe there's been some recent latest finds from another YouTube vlogger who has reported it. But I'm going to do a reality test and see what you actually see. Um, No, first of all, on the Mandela effects, of course, there's been stuff widely reported that the Colgates and the JFK scenes at the time he was shot. And people remember there was a 4-seat limousine, and when some people remember it was 6 seats, from the Kit Kats and the Starbucks coffee, Looney Tunes, and different things. So um, I'm gonna go on some reports about Pinterest. There's two major websites, Pinterest and LinkedIn, were two of them somewhat major sites. It has been reportedly Mandela affected. Pinterest and LinkedIn. Now seems to be a lot of reports that I've been finding on on YouTube and even on my Facebook page as well too. Take a look at it. Now, there seems to be some residue here. I'm finding people misspelling it. It's not how it's supposed to look. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but this is, you know, this once again LinkedIn, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn. Yep. So I'm gonna do a I've got 6 parts of the reality test I'm gonna be doing right now. I'm gonna show you it and see what you actually see. Now this seems to be I do this. Here's Pinterest with the heart. It's not a normal. Normally you don't see a heart, but they just design. Sometimes they design things differently, slightly, stuff. But this is like a Valentine's edition of it. Now, I'm doing a few calculations of on how the actual logo is positioned and stuff. Now, do you actually still see the first lowercase e? Do you actually see this e here between a T and an R? If you don't see the E here, but just see the T and the R and no E, please comment. If you see anything otherwise, I'm seeing the E. I'm seeing the PINTEREST. There's quite a few people actually how they actually see. Some may still even see as PINTEREST, the 8 letters instead of the 9. Now, I had a local street named nearby named Berkeley Street, and they had 3 E's. But one signage from the Helican nursing home, the retirement home, the signage was made in 2006. Somewhere around it had a missing second E in the middle, just like that, just a missing second E. Now I don't know if it's the actual Mandela effect, if the people see it differently, so they when they made the sign, or they did it the British style. One said this might have been because it's a British name. They might have did it the British spelling style, but it was nearby home, and it was kind of a shock, you know, when everything else, including the other retirement homes, display it correctly with 3 of the E's on Berkeley Street. So here I'm doing the other tests. There's another one. Now here, see what you see. P-I-N-T-E-R-E-S-T, or is it P-I-N-T-R-E-S-T? Now I'm circling this affected part. Now, if that circle does not see E, if there's no E on that circle when I'm doing, please comment. If there's no E on this circle that I just circled, please comment. And here's another one. Here's the P, that logo P. Kind of looks like a circle the way I'm seeing it, more like an abnormal P. But if you actually see a normal P on this image instead of the circle, if you actually just see a straight P, more like a straight P, please comment. That might be another one part. Just like this part here, how it's more like a circle or like a half a C. It's slanted. If instead of being a normal P, then they cutting that off the tail in a way. If you actually see it otherwise, now please comment. Here's the same thing. I'm doing the third one. You see, if you don't see E on this one too, you see no miss. If you see a E, no E on this one that I just circled, that miss the E, right, that middle E, the middle letter E, the first lowercase E out of the two E's. If you see that missing, please comment. If you actually see it missing, if you just see P-I-N-T-R-E-S-T, please comment. I'm seeing 9 letters, but some people may be seeing just 8 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how many people actually clearly remembered it. You know, Pinterest, instead of seeing the 9 letters. Now here's part 2. This is another new one. No, here. Oh yeah, here's another one. This seems to be more of a normal P here. That's what I'm talking about there on that capital letter. It seems to be a little more of a normal P, but I'm sure you're still seeing the letter E. I mean, I'm seeing the letter E, the lowercase E. But if you still don't see it, please comment. Just like that P there. That's more of a normal P. So here's LinkedIn. Now many people remember it. Today you're seeing it as LINKEDIN in the square, the IN. Okay. Now, number of people clearly remember there was LINKDIN. There was a missing E too on that one. So once again, I'm circling it. If you see a missing E, if it's just being skipped from K to D, please comment. If you just see LINKDIN, please comment. If you actually see not a square there, if you don't see a silver square like on the N, or like I see, please comment. This is a reality test. And here's another one. It's a classic one. This is the most common one you see. LinkedIn. It's supposed to. Many people remember as 8. No, it's actually 7. This is 7 letters. 7 letters. LINKDIN. D-I-N. But here's a circle. Now if you don't see any actual E in the middle on that circle, and I'm just doing, if you don't actually see an E, please comment. If you clearly don't see this E, if there's no little lowercase e on this one, folks, if you please comment. This is a reality test of LinkedIn. Pinterest and LinkedIn. So as I'm going back to this, a lot of people who's putting that stuff on YouTube related to it, wonder why a lot of them's actually misspelling it. LinkedIn without an E. It seems very suspicious, doesn't it? Look at it. Even this too. They just but this is all other videos that is on there, so there is an E on that. But this guy who put the video misspelled it when there was a missing E. Like, that's you call it Mandela effect residue. And just like this on Pinterest, this is a other YouTube vloggers misspelling it as well too. There's supposed to be a letter E. There's supposed to be two E's. This is just one E on it. There's supposed to be there's a first lowercase E on some of them are missing. I wonder why. It's because some people may be seeing differently than others, but many people more likely, in a larger term, clearly remembered it before the change, folks. Yep. So according to his video of a guy who did it recently, on a part of the residue, there's LinkedIn. You can see the picture. He probably can't see the E, but while he types in this, because he probably sees it as this. But in my eyes, I'm seeing the E. You know what I'm saying? And and Pinterest is the pin it should be more typical what you actually what it matches to the word pin it, P-I-N. But you put in the pine, like pine trust, pine trust instead of Pinterest. It's like more like pine trust, and then almost like if it doesn't make sense, pin it, and when there's the T in the end, it's like shortened for it. What it is, you're pinning in a picture or saving the picture or bookmarking it to later see and so forth. Collaborations, folks, and so once again, it's the studying it out that people may end up jumping timelines and not know it, because sometimes there's certain causes for it. It can like changes in consciousness. Of course, the speed of light, with the gravity of light, the light can bend, and they can alter timelines. Of course, the time travel, and they're talking about time travel in the future around 2028, and once they use that approach, most likely they're probably jumping into another timeline, another reality. Almost everything looks the same, but almost slightly different. It's like the paradox. And the scientists knowing about it. Mandela effects. The Mandela effects has to do with Nelson Mandela dying in 1990, around in the late 1980s. One of them is picked up around July 20th or July 23rd, around the period 1991, that he died in prison, got sick and died in prison. Many people remembered it, but but in this reality, there's no such thing. He actually got out of prison and later on became a leader of South Africa, and he lived much longer than that, and he became kind of famous, and he died at the age of 95 on December 5th, 2013, which that's what shocked a lot of people. It was like, wow. And Betty White, many people remember that. Some people remember that Betty White and the Golden Girls also died. Turns out, in this reality, she's still living. She's in the upper 90s, around 97 years old right now. Yeah, jumping timelines. So we're talking about people jumping timelines. Black holes in space also plays a role too, like the gravity, um, uh, warp wormholes, Doctor Who. There could be wormholes around and stuff, technology or even naturally, like the Bermuda Triangle. UFOs can also play a role too. They seem to travel through wormholes. And of course, the stories about in Star Trek on TV, and of course, radio waves, frequency waves, radio waves can also plays a part of it too. Um, this is Brian Paul Barrett, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And please comment if you see anything different. And those two of those websites I just talked about, a reality test. If you see it differently, like I was just talking about, please comment. I would like to. I'm very interested. To get some comments on this. So cheers.